Welcome to Food and Loathing, the podcast where we eat first and ask questions later, and somehow always find ourselves in the middle of the best conversations in Las Vegas. I'm Samantha Gemini Stevens, joined this week by my premier production partner in podcasting, and yes, I love alliteration.
Yes.
Rich Johnson.
Hello.
Al Mancini is still traveling out there collecting frequent flyer miles and airport lounge points. So while he's off seeing the world, we're holding down the fort here in the city that never met a reservation. It didn't overbook. We're talking.
That sounds a little agenda-like there.
No, it's happened a few times, but nothing too bad. We are talking food awards again this week, and specifically pizza. We also talk about Bar Boheme's new monthly bakery pop-up, some Vegas eats, and share a happy hour report and some news. So pour yourself something good, loosen that waistband just a notch, and let's get into another episode of Food and Loathing.
Find myself some nice screw-top Washington State wines.
There you go.
Part of my work. The reason I was distracted not getting to you is I'm writing a little piece for the 4th of July on Washington State wines.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
And so what do I do, of course, to talk about Washington State wines? I interview somebody in Las Vegas.
That's right.
That's the kind of logic that happens with me.
Right? Oh, my God.
It all comes back to Vegas.
It always comes back to Las Vegas. Hey, before I ask you about some tasty goodies you've been enjoying this week, I wanted to remind our listeners about our events calendar at foodandloathing.vegas. It is about to get even more listings as we go into the heat of summer. That's right. Summer officially started on June 21st. There are already some awesome events up there that we've been talking about the past few weeks. But again, just a reminder, there's some events we've been working on, and we're going to have even bigger list of goodies for you guys that'll be updated in the next days and more. So definitely go visit foodandloathing.vegas for all of your pre-planning goodies in Vegas.
Let me do a quick pickup. Turn that mic around so it's sort of the front is pointing to you, so you're doing less on the side and more.
Like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
do that. I'll do that little bit again really quick.
Okay.
And so before I ask you about all the tasty goodies you've been enjoying this week, I wanted to remind our listeners about our events calendar at foodandloathing.vegas because it's about to blow up even more as we go into the height of summer. That's right. The solstice was June 21st. We are officially there. I know in Vegas we've been feeling the heat for a lot longer. There are some events up there already that we've been talking about the past couple of weeks. So we just wanted to let you know that with summer heating up, that we are going to be adding even more in the next days. So just a reminder is always good when planning ahead.
More.
So all that stuff being available in the future, where have you been dining this past week, Rich?
Well, let's get all this Seattle crap out of the way here. We are in the midst of World Cup fever still as we record this. Bosnia and Herzegovina beat Qatar here in Seattle. A week ago was Belgium and Egypt tying, and as this episode drops, Egypt will play Iran. Of course, also last week it was the U.S. beating Australia. That was something. It was. And all the Aussies in town were awesome. You would have had a great time with your countrymen by marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll have a couple more matches, one in the round of 32 and one in the round of 16. And all the people coming through town and all of the stuff going on here, the Chamber of Commerce could not have asked for better weather. We've got our heat wave was yesterday and today as we record this, and it almost might touch 90. And then by Thursday, the floor falls out. It drops 30 degrees, and we're going to a high of 60 with drizzle and rain.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I always forgot about that living in Vegas, that the weather here just changes on a dime. Or even a penny.
You mean it's not just a hot hairdryer all the fucking time?
No. It's soggy stuff in there. So I've had a great week. I have a niece who has just turned 30, and her big birthday present was a big promotion and a move from Portland to Seattle. First time besides college that she's away from home. Her mother, my sister, has been up for about 2 weeks and is headed home. And we all went to my neighborhood dive bar I mentioned called Ozzy's, Friday prime rib special, and they had other things too, including a steak. This joint has a wood-fired grill, and they're cheap steaks, as I've mentioned. The prime rib special is $18.
That's great. Prime
rib, full baked potato or fries, salad or veg, and 2 pieces of garlic bread for $18. Yeah, it kind of with the wood, it would remind you a bit of maybe Bob Taylor's. which is
Absolutely.
wonderful. That kind
Which,
of
if we're
vibe.
talking about awards, just a reminder, they just received a James Beard Award for America's Classics this year.
Yeah, yeah. Saturday, we did a little bar hopping from my place on Queen Anne Hill down to Pike Place Market. Grabbed a pedicab for a ride along the waterfront where there are like 20,000 people watching games, soccer games. And then we drank some more near the stadium, which was not busy that day. But right next door is the other stadium, T-Mobile Park. And we hit the Mariners-Red Sox game. Third row, upper deck, third base side. So the big picture.
Yeah.
And simple hot dog and peanuts for me at a game. Plain hot dogs taste better at ball games. There's just no doubt about it. I did get a little grief from the women for getting unsalted peanuts, though, because they're beers, and my sister, who's suddenly addicted to seltzers and ciders. She's got to have ciders. Zero sour ciders. She wants some salt in there. Then it's back to work, my 1:15 a.m. alarm clock, a 10-minute walk to work past the aforementioned Aussies where they're still doing karaoke just before closing time.
Oh, God.
And yeah, I have to get used to the concept of closing time when I move back here. I've been whittling down my freezer. I've mentioned this before. That means, boiling up some spaghetti, grabbing my chicken, sausage, onion, pepper concoction held together by a Costco-sized jar of Rouse marinara, which is excellent. Grab those out of the freezer, put it all together. I do, however, put freshly grated Parmesan on the thing.
There you go.
There's no green tube in my house at all. But showing up for work at 2 a.m., I need food by then because I've got like 4 hours of nonstop stuff. So I like pre-making my brekkie sandwiches. I was, going with Jimmy Dean's and all of that, but it's fun to make your own. And you got to experiment. Some things work, some things don't. I've tried various links cut in half, a couple of sausages, breakfast sausages that had no taste. I am settled on the Jimmy Dean hot breakfast sausage. Get a potato roll or a brioche. I'll splurge maybe once in a while my hay bagels, but I save those usually for lox and cream cheese. I experimented with cheddar cheese, but I think I'm going back to American. It's
Okay.
just better. There's a taste in there that I did not get with the mild cheddar I had. I will splash on some Frank's hot sauce. I made a bunch of them and froze them, but they just didn't respond all that well to microwave heating.
Ooh, yeah.
So next time I'll make 2 or 3 tops and keep them in the fridge and use them, make them like Sunday and have them for the middle of the week. I've got a bit of a strategy. I make the eggs and the sausage, and I layer on the cheese, and then I wrap all that up. After it cools down, I wrap all that up in saran wrap, put it in the fridge, and then I have the bread separate. And I'll undo the saran wrap. Yes, I don't want microwave plastic interstitial with my eggs. And I'll put that in the microwave for a minute while I'm toasting the bread. And that is a really good start, especially when you are starting work where everybody else is going to sleep or having sex. So that's my oversharing for another week. Notice I'm saying that having sex in the third person.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah. That's my hideous, pathetic life.
Hey, well, while I'm traveling again this week, can I just say how happy I am to be back in Las Vegas full time? I mean,
Yeah.
when I'm not traveling, of course. But I mean, I was there for just a few days, still getting settled in, and I got to do some really fun stuff and eat some really good things. We hosted some friends from out of town, and we were able to enjoy quite a bit. One evening, we hit Corey's Mediterranean. That's on Fort Apache and Sahara in the Village Square. Without going into the little bits, because we just ordered a bunch of stuff and stuck it on the table. I mean,
Lots
everything
of
is so
dipping
fresh.
and crunching and like that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Their lentil soup is some of my favorite in Vegas. It's a little soupier than I think some other people do it, but I like it that way because I like the broth. I like the flavors that they come up with. I love how I smell and reek like garlic when I get out of there because I've just enjoyed so much of it in my food. I love all of their dips. I mean, when they have lebni, they've got hummus, they've got baba ganoush, but also the stuff they do on the kebabs and on their grill and their salads. I mean, everything is just so fresh, and I always forget it, and I don't go in there often enough. So shout out to Corey's Mediterranean. Again, Village Square, that's at Sahara and Fort Apache, really close to our house. I did get into Durango Social for this Mama's House residency. That's Christina, everybody calls her Mama Win. And she is doing, of course, her Vietnamese stuff. Man,
Ooh.
talk about ordering everything. we had, there were some things that they were out of, but then some things they were having specials. I loved that there were these dumplings and some other rolls like vegetable roll kind of thing. My brain just fried on me. But she does a lot of it now gluten-free. And the point is that it's not your typical crunchy wrapper or crust, but when you're eating the egg rolls, you're eating these dumplings, you're eating all these wonderful things, there's this really nice chew to it, like a mochi, the rice dough. That's fantastic. I mean, of course, her flavors are great. Tons of fresh veg, tons of spice if that's your thing. If not, you can be pulled back a bit. Some chicken livers, some fried chicken, and she changes it up a little bit. And so what I like about it is that it's not a pop-up, it's a residency. And I believe it's Wednesday through Saturday evenings. You can make a reservation on the Durango Social website. And that is, of course, just in the same shopping center as Other Mama across the way from Desert Breeze Park down on Durango. So get in there because it's fantastic. And of course, they've got a full bar, they've got wines, they've got all the things that you can think of. There was 4 of us, and we just went to town on the menu. It was absolutely fantastic. I think it's a chain. I'm pretty sure it's a chain, but I did order a salad from Chop Stop. I've seen them driving by. I was really craving just this great big bowl of salad stuff. I didn't have anything in the fridge. And so I got a version of a Cobb salad and added some extra veg in there. Really great stuff. I had a base of romaine and quinoa instead of just your typical salad greens. And really just came loaded up, came with plenty of dressing. And it was easily like 3 full meals if you were to eat the whole bowl. It's massive.
I remember like 20 years ago, those places, Chop Stop, I believe, is a brand, but there were a couple of other regional or national chains, and they were everywhere in the mid-2000s. And I really did like the concept. I mean, it is, I hate to use Chipotle as sort of the example, but the ordering, making process, kind of same thing as halal guys or most shawarma places. I want this, I want this lettuce.
Absolutely.
Give me that, not that, a little more of that as you go down the line, and you get exactly what you want.
Yeah. And I like that, you can pick and choose and you can have more of this or less of that. And just really fantastic. And again, probably, like you said, I didn't recognize the name, but I've driven by it before. I may have even had it before and just don't remember. But it was super fresh, had lots of goodies to choose from. So I was super happy with that. And that might go into regular rotation when I know I'm going to be sitting down, doing a lot of work in front of the computer, and just want something more fresh.
This is a bit of a tangent, but did you ever go to many of the Mongolian grills?
Oh, like where you put your stuff in a bowl and they make it for you on the grill?
On the big grill.
Absolutely.
Important safety tip on that, and I learned this the hard way like 3 or 4 times. You put the things you want in there, and then there are the sauces and the oils and things like that.
Yeah.
You really need to listen to the pros, the guy behind the counter, on the balance of those things. Oh, yeah, I want a lot of garlic. Yeah, I want a little of this. I don't want a little of this. And I didn't do that. Forgot that that's sort of the main back of the thing, and it came out so awful sometimes. And it's all my fault. The improper mix of condiments, oils, and stuff like that.
I hear you. And I'm such a condiment person, like condiments, sauces, gravies, like give me all of it. So, I have to listen when they guide and say, A, you either need more, or B, you have too much, because it absolutely does affect the dish. And we also cooked. We went to Featherblade. So Featherblade Butcher, that I know most people know and love at Durango and Charleston. We recently talked about them opening a second version, or a second shop, I should say, up in Centennial Hills. It's pretty much right there next to La Casa de Juliet. They've now opened a third one on Fort Apache, south of Tropicana, in the shopping center. If you're headed south on the left, I think there's an optic gallery right there and a Pilates place and a couple of other things. So I went in, got to see the new shop, took some pictures, picked up a slab of a Wagyu Denver cut. And, it's from a chuck, but of course this is Wagyu, right? So well marbled. Loved the fat cap on top. Did that in a slow smoke with a good dry brine for About 36 hours before I put it on the smoker, and then did a hard reverse sear in cast iron with a garlicky green sauce, like chimichurmula zug kind of hybrid thing that I love doing because I always have some in the fridge.
Exactly as we were referring to the Mongolian grill concoction.
Exactly, right? And then I laid it out for everybody, and you could have had lettuce wraps or sandwiches. And for the sandwiches, of course, we had Esther's bread purchased at the first Boheme Bake Shop event. And so that leads me right into the Boheme Bake Shop pop-up. This is something they're going to be doing every third Saturday. It starts at 8 a.m. This is at Bar Boheme on Main Street and Imperial. And for those of you who saw a bunch of the photos and videos that people were posting over the weekend, let me tell you, go early next month. We got in and got a box of goodies and were able to grab some bread, but literally as they were selling out. It was an hour. So we weren't in line for an hour. We got there, well, pretty close. But by the time we got in there and were able to sit down, grab a box, grab some stuff, they basically sold out in just an hour or so, maybe an hour and 15. But they had so many things. They had cookies, they had pastries, they had breads, they had sandwiches, they had, including like handheld shaved meat sandwiches. They had pate, because they do lovely pate sandwiches. We had a hot dog in a croissant hot dog bun that they make special. You could see all the layers. I missed out on the truffle mornay that they were putting on the top, but I got a really good sauce with some mustard and a lot of cornichons on mine, which was really tasty. They do the sausages themselves in-house. Absolutely delicious. Perfect texture. But you name it, they had something. They had sweet, they had savory. We got some budino. We got a baguette that we ate right there with all of our goodies. And then, of course, we took home an Esther's boule, the sourdough. And as most people know, Esther's doesn't usually sell that. So when you get to go to this next month, it's a third Saturday, they have already said they're going to make even more. So hopefully, get there early, but get in to grab what you want. You can get Esther's bread, you can get Boheme pastries, you can get just so many different things, and they're always keeping an eye out for what to do next. So while I was there, of course, I had to sit down with corporate pastry chef Jake Yorgensen, and here's what he had to say about the process. Okay, it is 9:28 in the morning on Saturday. You open the doors at 8, and you're sold out.
Sold out.
How did today go? Tell me about your first Bar Boheme bakery pop-up.
I would say just a busy week overall. I mean, I started basically Monday this week, so 6 days into it, laminating, making cookie doughs, doing things. Knowing this one was a pop-up, I was mostly doing the work on my own. My sous chef Stephanie was doing most of the bread kind of things, those additions, but we kind of did that together. But I did majority of like lamination, all the doughs and cookies and desserts. And then I got here about 1 a.m. this morning. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you put in a full day already.
Well, I haven't done a lot of I've done a lot of lamination and proofing, but able to watch it. When we have a couple proof boxes, I wasn't quite sure how to set completely. So I set it, and when I was going to bed, I just texted our executive chef at Esther's, and I said, "Hey, just send me a photo of the proof box when you're getting out of there." And when he sent it, I looked at it and I knew I just got dressed and I just drove out around 12:30 in the morning. So because I knew if I waited to the time I wanted to come in, they would have been shot overproofed, fallen, a mess. And so I just was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go. I got here, saved it all, lost one tray, but I had plenty back up and knocked it out. But yeah, and then Chef James showed up around 6, and we were ready to roll. So yeah, it's been super fun though. It's
About how many different items were you offering today?
I would say 25 probably, not including bread. So, yeah, and majority of it using, right now I'm really just passionate about the laminating dough. So I've been just trying to use everything for lamination and how much can I use that same dough for this amount and cross laminating and doing that. So that was kind of the drive through all the desserts. And then we just kind of picked some Esther's budinos, or we have extra pudding, let's make a little s'mores cup and things like that. Or Esther's has cheesecake, let's bring all the varieties around and just kind of bring, what do we have, show the restaurants off, let's bring all of that. But I just really wanted to have the dough be the highlight. And we're using really good French butter. It's about 84%, butter fat, so it's very flexible at a cold temperature. So it comes out, you can almost play with it and bend it. So that's what helps you get those even layers all the way through. So you never want breaks in your dough. You want to you want to cut that, and it just looks like our aprons here, perfectly striped, so that's like a sign of a good lamination.
So I talked to a couple people while I was outside, and a couple people, of course, are like, "Oh my God, I get to get the Esther's bread," and then a few people would say in return back to them, "But have you had the pastries?"
Nice.
So you probably had a bunch of new people here today. Did you get that kind of feedback?
I think so too. Yeah, I think that a lot of people didn't know the restaurant was here, maybe, and a lot of people I think just look for cool pop-ups of anything, and like when they see that come, it's nice to see them come through the front door, because we're hoping that let's bring some people in for dinner too, and like lunch and whatever we got going on, like come in for pastries, but let's hopefully you come in for a drink later and have some food as well. So
I heard some really good things about the sandwiches as well. Tell me about the pate sandwich.
Well, I mean, I can't take too much credit for that, but it's something that we have on the menu here at Boheme. So Chef Sean, our executive chef, kind of got it. He basically is just like, what can we use that's already on the menu and turn it into sandwiches, and that's what we did. And we just used that same baguette that we use here at the restaurant and made beautiful sandwiches out of it. And some of the sandwiches were also our panelé dough with sesame seeds on it. It's a softer dough, but we kind of just were using whatever we had around to keep it moving.
Going back to the pastry aspect, but still giving people a savory option, because not everybody does the sweets thing.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about those sweets. Tell me a little bit about that hot dog bun.
Well, it was something that I thought, a lot of people, I've been using these little trough, like U-shaped molds for a lot of random things. And I thought, why don't we I've been rolling like the cross lamination multiple ways, and I just rolled like a little cigar out of it. And I was like, let me see how it proofs. And it proofed up almost like a cigar with all the lamination on the top. And I thought, we do jamon sandwiches next door at Petit. I was like, let's turn that into a little croissant.
Absolutely.
And when I did it on the fly that day of the photo shoot. And when I ate it, I thought this was just super soft, light. I mean, you can put anything in it, obviously, but just that classic combination was just such a beautiful little bit of Dijonnaise, pickles. I mean, it was just
it's insane. I mean, I've never thought of, I've put lots of things on a croissant to make like a sandwich of some sort, right? But I've never thought of a laminated croissant hot dog bun, and that was ingenious.
Oh, that with the sausage? Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously, Esther's makes awesome brunch, sausages and dinner sausages. So I thought, let's just make it, pick in a blanket. But doing the cross lamination, you see all that beautiful lamination that exposes itself, and like I said, similar finish. We're like, what do we have around? Let's do Mornay and let's put some truffle in it. Like it kind of matches all the sausage, and when you eat that, I mean, how can you go wrong? It's just ridiculous.
So let's go back to the sweets a little bit. So you had a couple of different types of cruffins. You had a bunch of cookies.
Yep.
You had your butter croissants. I mean, there's so many things going on. How did you choose what to put out today? Was it a little bit of everything in your repertoire, or are you picking and choosing per pop-up?
A little bit of everything. Obviously, I come from a background of a little more I'm like a junk food junkie, so a lot of fun combination of things, strawberry and chocolate, pretty classical stuff. And then just, like I said, I'm trying to get my skills on the lamination wells, where I'm trying to do multicolored stuff. And all that kind of the color red was there, and that's why I went with blackberry. And I also use the same color red for the cinnamon roll, because that was just extra dough. But I just kind of trying to kind of stay up with the times a little bit, I've been in the industry a long time, and just seeing how the world is changing with communication of creations. It's helping me develop myself even more later on in my career, And then once I learn that technique, then I can really twist it into something else. Like I said, Bon Appétit's one of my favorite things. Chef James, he's a real big fan of some of the French style cookies, with toppings and crunchy. So I was like, all right, let's go with a Cedric Rollet style cookie, where it's a soft cookie, but I put strawberry chocolate in it, passion fruit chocolate, and then we finish it with homemade strawberry jam and fresh raspberries. Just so it was just a nice little, and some people, they think that's odd, but you're eating basically just sweet dough with fruit. So think of a tart, or it's essentially the same thing. So I thought I'd have a little more fun with that stuff. I haven't worked with a ton, but it's the same thing as making a dessert. You just start, how much more stuff can I add onto this thing? It's just a blank canvas, and I've never baked a banana on a cookie, so I'm let me throw this on there and let's see what happens. And it worked out better than I thought.
It worked out really well.
So I'm pretty excited that we're just able to James gives me so much freedom to do whatever I want. Obviously, if he has suggestions that he's passionate about, we're here to collaborate and do it. But I pretty much have no restrictions, so it's time to have fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you had a line at 7:45 this morning when I showed up, and again, we started this. It was not even 9:30, and my goodness, you were sold out.
I think I was still taking stuff out of the van as the line is there, and there's warm. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, it's a warm, breads. Most of the bread being given out was warm in their hands. I'm I don't think you're getting that anywhere around Las Vegas. So it's amazing when you can get a fresh loaf of bread out that way. So.
And that brings me back into the Lake Las Vegas fold. And oh my God, I'm hungry just thinking about it. I cannot wait for more. So before we get to the happy hour report and some news, up next we talk with pizzaiola Floriana Pastore about a newly minted title she received from Milan, Italy. This is Food and Loathing. So, announced today as we record this, Wednesday, June 24th, Las Vegas's own Floriana Pastore and Signora Pizza was named the Best Street Pizza 2026 by the Best Pizza Awards broadcast from Milan, Italy. We have the first interview with Chef Floriana. She is in Las Vegas today. She was able to attend the awards remotely. She was talking about her award, Pizza in Las Vegas, and what comes next. First of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And for our listeners who may not be aware of what we're talking about in this moment, tell us a little bit about the competition and your category specifically.
Okay, it was not really a competition. It was an award.
Okay.
So they recognized the top 100 chef in the world. And the award for me was the best street food pizza, the best street pizza in the world for 2026.
That's
So I'm very
amazing.
proud. Yeah, I'm very proud because actually it's what we do. We are on the street since 6 years now. And it's very, very important award for us.
And
Because
of
it's
course,
no
we're talking
easy
about,
life.
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's no easy life, the track. So to be recognized as the best street pizza, I think is amazing.
Tell us a little bit about what makes street pizza versus other types of pizza.
I think because, especially in Naples, the street pizza is very common still until now. We have the pizza fritta, we have the wallet that is called portafoglio in Naples, that is a pizza folded in four. And we recognize that food like a street food because the wallet you eat on the street, the pizza fritta you eat on the street mostly. So, and the track is what we do. We reproduce the Neapolitan street food from the fried pizza, portafoglio, classic pizza, and appetizer, whatever we do in Naples. So it's really big awards for us, really.
So tell us a little bit about Signora Pizza. You've been doing this for 6 years in Las Vegas?
Yes, Las Vegas, we opened in 2020 during
Oh my
COVID.
goodness.
Yeah, but it was not bad. Was not bad because COVID hit, and actually all the restaurant suffered a little bit because for the condition and pandemic, and we were able as a food truck to to work. So people start to go more often to the food truck because there was no alternative to go in the restaurant. So they rent us for but they book us for catering, for party, and slowly, we become a name. The city recognize us, and we have our regular customer every week. We are very, very honored.
That's amazing. And so why did you choose Las Vegas? What brought you to Las Vegas?
We choose Las Vegas for many things, but the main, I have a little bit family here as well, but the main was when I came here to participate in the World Champion competition. It was 2013, the first time, and I didn't know any word in English. I didn't know anything. I was just here to visit my family during that period, and I said, you know what? It was 10 years that I didn't compete anymore from 2004. More or less, was my last award in Italy. And I said, okay, let's compete, let's have a fun because, I don't know, I didn't know the rule, I didn't know nothing. And I don't know, I won everything. And that to say, I don't know, this city has something for me probably, and I start to, my family was here and say, why you don't come here and there? So I say, I don't know. But we went around the, states, but we love Vegas. We love the community here. The pizza community is amazing. We love the people. We love the entertainment, everything.
And so tell us a little bit more about your style of pizza. You mentioned to me briefly before that, you're from the Amalfi Coast. Tell me a little bit more about what Signora Pizza is, not just about the award you just won, but in general.
In general, yes. I'm from Salerno, that is near to Amalfi Coast, near Naples, originally. And Signora Pizza, Signora, of course, because I'm a woman and I want to represent me. And Signora is just an experience. You know, we do the Napolitan street food, Napolitan pizza, but we want to give the customer an experience, a pure Italian experience, like wherever they eat, from us, they can eat in Italy if they go to visit Naples. So we want exactly the same experience, exactly the same. That's why we do so many appetizers, something very new and different. But really, really, we get a really nice feedback. So Signora is an experience where you enter, welcome to Italy. You know, we wanna pass this message.
And what is it like being a woman in pizza, both in Las
Uh,
Vegas, but also world renowned? Tell me a little bit about that because obviously, we hear a lot about pizzaiolos and a lot of them are
yes,
men.
but now, fortunately, it's much, much better since when I start. When I started was almost 30 years ago, 28. It was a little bit tough in the beginning because, when they see a woman, they say, oh, what she's doing? She's making pizza. But after, now we have so many pizzaiola. We have a woman in pizza that is represent, all the women that in the industry, an amazing pizzaiola. And I really, and now it's still, the not the majority, but we are, bring him up.
That's great. What got you specifically into pizza?
I mean, I married a very young age, so I started to read a lot of cooking book and try everything. So I love to cook, and I used to cook with my grandma all the time, pizza, whatever, even pizza fritta, small one. So always in the kitchen, from pasta to pizza to dessert and everything. But the mostly, I realized when I opened my first pizzeria, I didn't know how to make pizza, but I was hosting the people, helping and everything. At some point, they needed me because the pizzaiolo got hurt. And I start there, and I realized I really love to be in front because chefs usually are behind, inside the kitchen. And I don't really like to stay behind. I like to see the face when people eating, if you can, because the pizzeria usually is open space, so you can still see when people receive the pizza. People can watch you. So I like that. I really like it. That's why probably more in pizza than in the kitchen.
So tell me a little bit more. You mentioned the wallet pizza. Tell us a little bit more about pizza fritta.
The pizza fritta is very old pizza. They actually born mostly from it's a woman pizza because the women that time when was the time for the war, mostly the women were destroyed from the war, so they struggle in Naples, and the women start to fry the pizza, on the street to help, the family. There is a movie that is called The Gold of Naples, that there is Sophia Loren there, and she fried the pizza on the street. So this is what we used to do back at that time. And but it was very simple, just fried dough, and that's all. Or probably a little bit of tomato. And after, of course, during the year, the evolution, we do like a shape. We do three kinds, like calzone, like balloons, or like a small, we call it montanare. It's a small fry pizza that usually you do for catering. And yeah, I mean, the pizza fritta is really from Naples. You can find in Italy other kinds similar, like panzarotti and calzone, but it's a little bit different, the dough as well. So fried pizza is from Naples. And yeah, a woman, actually, because that's
Even better.
out there, even better.
So tell me a little bit about the pizza scene in Vegas. You've been in Vegas for 6 years, started during COVID, because you started with a truck and you could take it places and do things. Has that changed how you interact with the pizza community in Las Vegas versus having a place where people can go sit down?
Not really, actually. I thought in the beginning, yes, but not really. Of course, it's different for our customer to go and have us every day. Rather to have the truck probably only 3, 4 times a week. It depends because we do private event as well. And but the pizza scene here is amazing. I mean, really, everyone. We help each other. We work together. Uh, there is really, really, really nice environment of pizza. So when there is a pizza festival once a year,
Hmm.
and we really enjoy to be all together, and it's nice. We learn from each other. There is always way to learn. It's nothing, you know, that you say, okay, I know everything. No, it's not like that because the world change, flower change, everything change, method change, so everything change. And the pizza scene here, especially in Vegas, is really, really good. Really great community. I love all of them. And I hope they love me as well. But yeah, and we are near to open. I don't know if you know, we open very soon our store,
I was hoping you would bring
our
that up. Tell
pizzeria.
us a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
Signora will be Signora Pizza Lab. So Signora Pizza because it's my story, lab because we will continue to experiment something new, and always new craft, new. It's a lab, like laboratory for us. It will be mostly for to go. We will have a small patio outside where people can sit and consume the pizza here. This is our first stop, and we have a new project that's coming next after this, but that will be the dining. But for
Uh,
now, this is the second step of the track.
and where will you be located?
We'll be in North Rainbow and Washington. It's just out of I-95 and 215, actually. It's a very nice connect. As soon as you go out from the freeway, it's there.
That's fantastic. So, talk a little bit about the pizza oven that I can see behind you. I know this is radio, so the podcast people won't be able to see this, but we'll post pictures on the website.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. Did you say earlier that it was hand painted?
Yes, it's hand painted. We create the shape of a base because in Vietri, especially in Salerno Vietri, we do, I don't know if you see sometimes the plate painted by hand. We do the base as well, everything for the kitchen and the base. So my husband had the idea to do a base shape. And I say, if we want to do a base shape, I want to do the Vietri base. I mean, for the same decor and everything. So we did. We had an artist that came over from Canada. He has some Italian roots, and we paint together actually because supposed to paint with my father, but unfortunately my father is not well. He couldn't come because he's a painter, and so he actually put a note on the oven dedicated to my father with his name, and I really appreciate that.
That's
And
beautiful.
as a story, we have a donkey down. The donkey represents how the transportation that was at that time, that we used the donkey to transport the lemon and everything. We do have a lemon as well. We have the roaster from another side that is for agriculture, good luck and everything. And of course, the Baroque style on the top. And many lemons because Amalfi, of course.
Absolutely. So let's bring it back to the world's pizza best. How did you find out that you were going to be receiving this award? Is this something you work with people? Do they come taste your food? Tell us a
Uh,
little bit about that process.
I was recognized already in the top 100 a couple of years ago, and I asked, I say, I mean, why? Who? And they say, because I say that people don't, I mean, especially the new generation don't know me too much. The old one, yes, right? But they say, no, you will be surprised because a lot of people know you. And I say, okay. And they say that they have someone that's coming to taste our food, but they didn't tell me who is. But they say that there is someone from town that is coming, uh, or he or she, I don't know, but many times to try our food to see if we are consistent on that. And this year, they just send an email and they say, we invited you to to see the show and everything. We have don't miss that. We have something for you, but they didn't tell me until when I see today what was.
So
It
you didn't
was a
even know until
surprise.
today.
No, I didn't know.
Oh my
I didn't
goodness.
know what was the awards for what. But there are many. There are Pizza Fritta awards, Pizza Margherita, and street food awards. So I thought, but I never, until you don't hear, I didn't know.
So what is it like to hear your name? How does it feel
I mean,
to
I
be a
got
part of that?
emotional. I got emotional always, and I say thanks that I'm not there because I would cry. Always I got emotional, and nothing changed this part of my character. It's like the first time. So yeah, for sure I got emotional. It's really big milestone for us. We work hard, and the truck. Actually, the truck is my first experience overall. I always had a physical location, so the truck was something new that you, as I say, you have to learn everything, how to load in, how to travel with the oven on and everything. So it's a completely new experience.
Oh my
And we
goodness.
didn't know if we can get a good response back. I mean, we were completely blind when we decided to open first the truck and after the pizzeria.
So tell me a little bit about your initial foray into pizza. Um, Before you were in Las Vegas, what were some of the biggest lessons you learned, and who were some of the people that you looked up to?
Many, many. I had my mentor that he was from north of Italy because I'm from Salerno, but I moved to north of Italy in 2001. So I had my pizzeria. My first pizzeria, I opened my first pizzeria was I was 19, more or less, and I kept for 4 or 5 years more. And after I sold it, I moved to north because I say I wanna experience something different. So I had one really nice teacher mentor over there. Um, I mean, always I was, during exhibition, looking at other people to learn. Uh, there is the I think there is you people can teach you, but you have to catch by yourself.
I like
You know,
that.
it's not because they can show you everything, but if you don't catch, you are not there. I'm very curious in general, so I see everything, any details, and that I think make you different. I'm very too strict actually, but I don't know if it's something good or something bad. Sometimes you want to be perfect, but never you can be perfect. But
I think
I'm
that's one of the
trying.
beautiful things about pizza is that I know that, it is very much a science when it comes to dough and making sure that you have certain ingredients that behave a certain way. But I want to go back to what you said about, being Signora Pizza Lab. You talk about wanting to be perfect, but then you're opening something that you're calling a laboratory of sorts.
Yeah.
How do those two things go together? What is it like to truly experiment with pizza? What are you looking forward to most?
Always we experiment new technique, new dough. Um, of course, the gluten-free or any other flour that is more in grain. I like more the old style to make pizza, and there are very so many way. There is pizza in the pan, um, on the oven, fry pizza. There are so many. I think pizza is very personal. Sometimes they say, what is the best pizza in Vegas or the best pizza? It's really personal. There is which pizza, because I love the Detroit, for example, as well.
Mm,
I like the
those
Detroit
crispy
and
edges, that extra
yeah,
cheese
crispy
on.
edge and a little bit, puffy, soft. And I love the Sicilian. I love so many, I mean, really personal. When you ask which pizza, what is the best, first you have to see which kind of pizza, because all are good. All are good. It's just different techniques, different culture, different ingredients. As I say, we try to be 100% Italian, not just because we want to say, oh, I don't like pepperoni, I know what I'm never gonna use. No, I love pepperoni, but just because you can get pepperoni everywhere. So we do our diavola, that is with our spianata calabra, is what we do in Italy. So when they go to Italy, they can ask for diavola, because if they ask for pepperoni, they will get bell pepper. They will not get salame. So, you know, it's just because I don't like it. I'm judging the competition here, so I try so many ingredients, and even when they are non-traditional, that they show everything, I like it. It's just I'm Italian, and I think I have to pass the message that you can have Italian food. Hawaiian or other country, they can have their food. I think everyone has to do because the food is amazing. I was in Merida. In Merida, the food is unbelievable, and I didn't know until I tasted. That's why one time I did a collaboration from Merida and Italian. I did a pizza called Merida with the coccinita pibil because I got impressed when I went there, and I cook like they cook under the ground. I cook inside the oven that I recreate, of course, the ground, and came out amazing. And I think once a year I have to do because I still want to do. I cannot do every time, but I want to do again because it was nice.
Yeah,
And the people
absolutely.
really, really love it. And so I'm not like pineapple, for example. We don't use pineapple pizza, but if I have to create a nice pizza with pineapple, I will. Of course, like gourmet, but I can do, an collaboration with Hawaiian food with the pineapple. I love that. I was in Dubai for many years, so I mean, I like to experiment new cuisine and also to put the new in my food.
That sounds amazing.
Traditional for sure, but I sometimes highlight some country and some collaboration because I think it's nice.
Of some of the pizza chefs in Vegas, are there some collaborations that you would like to do at home?
I think all of them. Mostly all of them. Sometimes we say when we meet, but we don't have a time. Each of us, we never have time to do it. And that's why Pizza Festival is amazing, even if each of us is busy. But it's amazing because it's the only time that we can be all there, all together, and show the community what we are able to do. And when sometimes they say, "Oh, pizza is not good in Vegas," it's not true. There are so many places that different pizza again, Italian, Sicilian, Detroit, Chicago, wherever. I mean, but yeah, I think all of them.
Let's see if we can make that
Sometimes,
happen.
yeah, I think one, now because especially for the truck is stuffed, I cannot invite it in the truck, especially now it's crazy hot. They will kill me. They say, "Oh, are you crazy to work here?" Yeah, she was there last week, and I feel so sorry for her. She said, "How you can work here?" I said, "I know, it's tough." So now with the pizzeria, probably we can do some collaboration, me to go there or there to come here and highlight her because we want to show also the community that there is no fight, no hunger between us. We are friends.
Absolutely.
Cities
Absolutely.
big, people, again, one time come to me, another time. It's also what we do. You don't go always to the same restaurant. We try to, to move here and there. Of course, you have your favorite, but in the end,
Absolutely. So when does Pizza Lab open? When does
very
Signora
soon.
Pizza Lab open?
Very, very soon. We are doing a trial right now. We try the food. I'm still doing some interview, but I think probably in soft opening a couple of weeks, let's say.
Wonderful. Okay.
We work in this project since a long time. It's time to open. If I want to be perfect, I will never open. So we have to open. And I think it's nice time now because July probably, usually we go to Italy in July because it's too hot. We post the truck a little bit. So that will be this occasion because July is coming. It's too hot. We can concentrate here and open the store. And after, again, start with the truck and the pizza.
Will the truck still be out and about, popping up at places or
Yes.
just for catering?
No, both.
So we can go, what is your social media so people can go and learn more about when you open and where the truck might be?
They can go to Instagram or Facebook at Signora Pizza, and they can see we post our schedule weekly for where we are, and we will post soon also the opening.
That's fantastic.
For sure, social media. We will update the website. That's still I'm working on it, but in social media all the time.
Okay, fantastic. And before we go, what is your favorite pizza?
As a kind of, I like the margherita.
Okay.
I love the classic one. I like to create something different, but in the end, if I have to go out or I have to a slice of margherita or just sometimes marinara that is only and the garlic. That's all.
That's perfect.
I like to taste the dough. I like to taste the tomato, the freshness. So simple. I like simple. Even if I make something different. Margherita for me always is the queen.
Let the ingredients speak for themselves.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Chef, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
And thank you so much for taking the time to interview me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. As soon as I heard about it, it was easy to make time. I'm really happy we got to do this.
Thank you. It just happened. So I still have to, we try to go out tonight to celebrate a little bit. So, yeah.
Do it. And Vegas was represented in other ways too. Chris Decker, better known in Las Vegas through the Metro Pizza franchise, not really a franchise, but you know what I mean, now running Truly Pizza in Dana Point, California, came in at number 32 overall. And friend of the show, Tony Gemini, known worldwide, of course, here in Vegas, Slice House and Pizza Rock came in at 35.
I want to talk a little bit about pizza. I have not talked about
Please.
pizza much since I've been in Seattle because, frankly, I haven't found all that great a pizza in Seattle. Nothing that measures up to the usual stuff in Las Vegas. There are a couple that get some awards and get some notice. I haven't been there. But the sort of everyday stuff, our everyday stuff in Vegas is wonderful. It's world class, as we have said many times here. The everyday stuff here in Seattle is everyday stuff. I actually did order a Domino's a couple weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
Because, more than anything else, because the delivery system with Domino's is already baked into the price, and it was only a $40 pizza, not a $55 pizza once you put on all the delivery charges with one of the local chains.
You know what? I'm going to jump in on this and share a friend's rant recently. I won't use her name, but I'll tell her that I used this. There was a special by Little Caesars, said, a $5 pizza, and you could have it delivered. And she posted her screen grab of what it was on her phone as she was ordering. And so the pizza itself was listed as $5. But then there was a $3.99 delivery fee. There was a $2 small order fee. There was something like only $64 or 64 cents, excuse me, not dollars, 64 cents or give or take in taxes. But then there was all these other tiny little fees that kept coming up. And pretty soon her $5 pizza was getting on to like $18 by the time everything went through and they wanted to add a tip.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I totally understand that, people need to cover, fees. I do admit I do take advantage of delivery systems. But wow. Yeah. Selling her a $5 pizza. And by the time she started putting it all together, it was a canceled order.
And that's about all I would pay for a Little Caesars pizza in the first place. I think for me anyway, that's at the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
With Papa John's barely climbing up above it, and it's been a long time since I've had any of those. The Domino's was exactly what I knew it would be. The combo.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. It's consistent.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting. You know what it is. It hasn't changed in like 30 or 40 years. And you know what? Sometimes if that's what's going to take care of what you need in that moment, I can't be mad at that.
Not at all. It's, when you need McDonald's once in a while, it's the same mentality. And it served its purpose. It made me 3 meals. So
yeah,
there it goes. And fuck you, Little Caesars. With all due respect.
Coming up next, of course, we have a happy hour report and some news. This is Food and Loathing.
Yep, I'm back. Well, I'm not really back, but I'm kind of back from overseas. Andrew Morgan and I, we cannot stay apart. I can't go on vacation and not talk to Andrew Morgan. So, of course, he has to let me know about the happy hours back in Vegas. Andrew from happyhourvegas.com joining us once again here on Food and Loathing. Andrew, how are you?
Doing all right. I'm kind of now around home turf today up here in Summerlin. Things are pretty relaxed. Good summer so far. So I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
Yeah, dude. I'm living the dream, my friend, living the dream. So what do we have? You're hanging out in the Summerlin area. Are we going to do happy hours in the Summerlin area?
There is, last count, something like 83 happy hours in Summerlin. So Summerlin's no slouch when it comes to happy hours, that's for sure. And made my way down to the JW Resort, which is now the Resort at Summerlin. Mm-hmm. They rebranded that one.
Yeah, you and I spent a lot of time there, man. So we know well. We did a whole podcast from that place recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good spot. It's like resorty and chilly, but also they got a pretty decent food program, and keeps growing. Like every time I turn around, they're opening something new, so it's pretty cool.
So have they changed up any happy hours over there?
They did recently added Fabio Viviani's I Pazzi Pizza. So before it was a real scaled down sort of happy hour at the bar outside, but now it's inside too. So you got all sorts of good stuff on the menu that they just recently added, and reasonably, really decent prices too for the quality and the caliber of what you're getting there.
Hit me with some examples, man.
$9 wine, $10 cocktails. These are all going to be really high end. I mean, really high end. Top shelf kind of stuff. Really good. Or draft beers for $5. So it kind of goes all over the place here. But think about rockfish shoestring fries, which they call pesce fritto, which you probably know what that means, being, most of the last few weeks in Italy.
Yeah, Duolingo taught me that.
So that's $13. Pretty unusual in terms of a happy hour menu, that's for sure. Sausage and peppers panini, $10. Then your regular paninis for $10. Truffle mushroom, pizzette, which are charred pepperonis, little pizzas on there, also $10. So, man, freaking great little place to just chill out for not a lot of money at a nice resorty type of space in Summerlin.
Okay, so two things. Remind me the hours again, and then the question is, you got me a little confused with the inside-outside. Is this at both I Pazzi, the restaurant, and I Pazzi Pizza, which is kind of the food hall wing of it, or is it only at the pizza food hall thing?
Sorry, it's just at the bar, so it's at the food hall only, I Pazzi Pizza. So, but there's the bar inside the restaurant and outside of the restaurant as well, so they're connected. So they're both there, but
Hours?
It's every day, Sunday, Saturday, every 7 days a week, 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay, there you go. There you got it. This is our last time doing this remotely for a little while, I hope. Look, if you want to find new places to eat, new places to drink, and you want to do it while saving a little money because, who wants to throw a lot of money at a place you haven't been before? Andrew Morgan has all your choices at happyhourvegas.com. And he's here every week, and I guess I'm going to see you soon then, right?
Yeah, you know it. And look, I'm putting stuff up every week, but the best thing to do, honestly, especially if you're local, subscribe to the newsletter. It's free. You can sign up. It's happyhourvegas.com. Every week, Tuesdays or Wednesdays, kind of send you the top 3 or 5 of what's new. Maybe you haven't thought about it for a little while, or updated a happy hour. It's just an easy way to keep abreast of what's going on in the happy hour world in Vegas.
It's been a while since I used my big anchorman voice, so I'll say thank you, Andrew and Al, for that happy hour report. The news continues with Samantha Gemini Stevens.
I like this big anchorman voice.
Exhausted myself doing that. That's why I don't do it so often. I'm getting too old and fat for that.
We've got a couple of things to share this week. Lucia Mexican Grill inside Virgin Hotels Las Vegas is expanding with the debut of the new Lucia Taco Truck. Colorful, artistically designed stationary taco truck located directly outside the restaurant, officially opening next Wednesday, July 1st. One of the things I think is really cool about this one is it was custom designed by Las Vegas-based Counts Customs. People have seen them on TV. Renowned vehicle shop featured on Counting Cars, I think it was called. The truck showcases vibrant Mexican-inspired artwork highlighted by colorful florals and a striking sugar skull design. But we are here to talk about food, so let's talk about that. They're going to have a grand opening from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is, again, Wednesday, July 1st. The first 50 guests who make a purchase, will score a complimentary taco. In addition to tacos, the menu features a selection of burritos and burrito bowls with protein options, including carne asada, chicken, carnitas, and al pastor, as well as vegan offerings for plant-based guests. And you can further customize your meal with flavorful additions such as chips and salsa roja, guacamole, pico de gallo, and sour cream. All the good basics that we love. Complementing the food, of course, Lucia Fria, a quick-service bar concept serving signature oversized frozen blended yard drinks. Those are those 3-foot-tall guys. Oh, and that'll debut alongside the taco truck. That's going to be just outside Lucia, inside Virgin Hotels. That address is 4555 Paradise Road in Las Vegas. Their normal hours of operation after opening day will be Sunday through Thursday from 11:30 to 10, and Friday through Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to midnight.
I think part of my move from Vegas to Seattle, my jonesing for Mexican food really kind of dialed down. But every now and then, There are a couple of places in my neighborhood where, yeah, I can get it and I'm good to go. But this sounds like when I come down to add to my growing list of places to go,
Right?
this has got to be a stop.
Absolutely. And one of our favorite places is gearing up for summer as well. We've done events there. We've eaten there. We've been to other things there. Flanker Kitchen and Sports Bar inside Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino is bringing back Mai Tai. That's MYTAI. They're debuting again Friday, July 3rd. This is its second season. Mai Tai transforms Flanker's bar and lounge into a tropical retreat where guests can sip inventive Mai Tai interpretations and enjoy shareable island-inspired bites.
We did the show from there during the first one, and
We
that was
did.
fantastic. Yes.
That's right. The experience is complemented by tropical-inspired decor, warm wood finishes, lush greenery, and colorful details throughout the space. I don't usually read those out of the press releases, but I just love when Flanker does something, they really dive in, and they really do transform it. Like when they're doing Christmas, it's all Christmassy. So when they're doing Mai Tai, they really do try and bring in that sort of fresh island sort of flavor. It's created by Carver Road Hospitality. That's Vice President of Hospitality and Culture, Francesco Lafranconi. The limited time cocktail program reimagines the classic Mai Tai through a collection of inventive interpretations featuring premium spirits, fresh citrus, house-made syrups, and unexpected flavor combinations. Ooh. And they're not always listed, so I'm super curious to see what they're going to do this season, because I remember when we recorded there last time, there was some really fun flavors.
Yeah.
A couple of the examples I'm going to throw out there really quickly. A smoked and Thai. That's Bacardi Ocho aged rum, Montelobos mezcal, orange curacao, orgeat, cinnamon falernum, and fresh lime. And you give me a smoked cocktail and, I'm a sucker for sure. You really want to go and feel the island vibe, go for a guava lava Thai. That's Bacardi spiced rum, Stiggins pineapple rum, Montenegro Amaro, guava, coconut, and fresh lime again. And let's pick one more. Here's a 0 proof for those of you who are not drinking alcohol. The Lay Low No Thai. Giffard elderflower and ginger non-alcoholic cordials, cucumber and mint with a touch of orgeat. Man, that just sounds so good. And then, of course, again, Carver Road Hospitality. This is also the people behind Carver Steak. They're going to have things like poo-poo platters and tropical feasts with coconut shrimp, tiki wings, Spam, fries, grilled pork, pineapple skewers. So get into Flanker. That is running from July 3rd until August 31st.
Taking a little surf of the foodandloathing.vegas website and Bob Barnes' article for the week on the dining and entertainment news. And indulge me, I have another Seattle flashback. And this one is almost 50 years old. Going to dinner theater at a place that was a converted bowling alley in the shadow of the Space Needle to see Barefoot in the Park, not starring as the ingenue in Barefoot in the Park, but starring as the mother of the couple, if you know the Neil Simon play, Eve Arden.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I drove from the Willamette Valley to Seattle to go see 65-year-old Eve Arden in 1976.
That's amazing.
And that was great. And also later on saw Fiddler on the Roof there with Theodore Bickel. And that was very sad.
Oh, why?
But anyway, because it's a bowling alley turned into a dinner theater with dinner theater buffet food, which for my 1976 24-year-old palate was pretty good, I have to say. Anyway, this is going to be much better. This is at Via Brazil Steakhouse on June 26th. That would be your today.
Oh, goodness.
As we record this.
So Friday night, tonight as this drops.
It is Murder at the Steakhouse.
Oh, my God,
An
how fun.
interactive murder mystery dinner show where guests might become part of the show, featuring suspense, laughter, and mischief. Doors open at 6:30. Show begins at 7. General admission is $30. That's first come, first serve. But then there's all kinds of dinner seating situations as well. I'm looking at some of the prices here. Go call them up and find out. That sounds actually kind of fun. The old... was inspired by Tony and Tina's wedding from, 40 years ago. God, I'm so fucking old. June 28th, Brasseria by EDO. Two of Las Vegas's most distinctive culinary voices will come together for a one-night-only collaboration dinner. It's going to be called The French Connection, and it is Tyler Vorse of Lily with Brasseria by EDO chef Taylor Poha Elamar. An evening exploring the influence of French technique through two markedly different perspectives. And there's a whole long list of fusiony food things there. And it's as these things go, this is on the low end, $125 a person plus tax or tip. And there are two seatings, one at 5, one at 7:30. There's also a wine pairing for another $60. So there you go. Two big things from Bob Barnes' Las Vegas dining and entertainment news that you can find right now at foodandloathing.vegas.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for all of that. And I think that is all for us this week. So I want to say thank you to chefs Jake Yorgensen and Floriana Pastore for taking time to speak with us this week. Thank you, Rich, for joining me and sharing this information with all of our listeners. And thank you, the listeners, for inspiring us to do what we love every week. Check out foodandloathing.vegas for calendar events, news, excerpted interviews, and more. And until next week, stay hungry.